What's up, Internet? It's Dumbass Panicos Gaming, and since when can Bombardier spawn over here? I've never seen that spawn over here. I'm probably just stupid, but I've never noticed. Also, they're literally on this. What is going on? I took way too long to set this up. Okay, anyways, let's go ahead and get going. Because we are shiny hunting an Alolan Grimer today. Go. Let me actually go ahead and save it. Yeah, no, I had already saved. Okay, we're good. Let's go ahead and make the sandwich. If I remember correctly, what we want is 2 chorizo. Is that it? Yes, okay. 2 chorizo. I really need to remember to actually buy more of this at some point. 3 banana. And then 1 sweet herba mystica. Nope, come on. The banana slices. I wonder how this would actually taste in real life. It can't taste good, right? I can't imagine the combination of chorizo and banana being very nice. Although I say that, I also can't imagine a habanero flavored lemonade tasting very good. And I had one of those once and it was actually fantastic. Not particularly refreshing because it's spicy, but hey, spicy lemonade wasn't too bad. Or if you're high enough, it wouldn't be too bad. What's up, Jed? Welcome back. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure if you're high enough, anything will be tasty. This definitely seems like the type of thing that would come out of a whole lot of weed. Alright. Is this another event? No, this is just regular breeding. So I had left Heatran in the party because I figured, hey, it can't breed anyway, so it won't affect me collecting eggs. But I just now remembered, right, it's also in the picnic, which means it's going to be standing there and potentially disrupting actually collecting eggs. But yeah, this is the fun part where we stand here for 30 minutes and don't do anything. But yeah, since I'm using the egg power 3, I at least collect more eggs out of this, and we'll just use egg power 2 to hatch stuff. And then if I don't get it, then I can just reset and it's all good. I do have the an Everstone on my Grimer, so it will be Alolan. Because otherwise it would just come out as Cantonian, which is... I mean, I do need one of those too, but that's not what we're trying to do here. Not this time, anyways. But yeah, speaking of events, I did the, was it the rerun of the Squirtles? No, I think I got my Squirtles accounted for. What was the... Now I'm forgetting. What was actually the Pokemon Go event last weekend? I completely forgot what the community day was, but I got my full set out of it, thankfully. Community days. Oh right, it was Poliwag, which actually I didn't even need the Politoed, So that worked out really well. So I only needed the 3. Because a while back there was a event in Sword and Shield, a raid event for Politoed. And then I think next weekend we actually have a Froakie event. Yeah, which that's awesome. You have no idea the game is on a failed to log in screen. Yeah, Pokemon Go's not great. I might keep playing it basically on community days because it's gone okay the last couple of times. So I'm kind of back in the like, oh yeah, you know, community days are okay. I completely forgot to check this. Whoops. I got distracted. I don't think that was a full box anyway, so we're good. Or a full basket. But yeah, I'm still kind of thinking that, like, after I be extremely reasonable and pay $15 for a Deancey, basically, I might just delete the game. But also, I don't know, it also depends on, there's a community day this, or sorry, not community day, there's a Pokemon Presents on Tuesday. And depending on what they announce there, I have a feeling there could be something Deancey related as like a distribution for Scarlet and Violet. Because it is in like the files, it's just not. It might be transferable, or maybe it's something that maybe it's not transferable, but like people have noticed it that it might be like DLC or something, or in the DLC. So I don't know. We'll see what they announce on the 8th, I believe. Yes, it's the 8th. And then I'll figure it out from there. But yeah, it is nice that, like, there's a... when the community days work well, anyways. It's nice to have, like, just like, oh yeah, hey, I got 3 shinies in, like, 2 hours. I just have an entire evolution line not to worry about. But I also need to get back to doing more shiny hunting on stream in general, because I have not been streaming very much. Mostly just because I am incredibly lazy and cannot get out of bed before work. And then last week I had some stuff going on. My community days consist of me opening the game, checking the mons near me, then closing the game for the next 3 months. Yeah, that's not terribly far off what I do. Except it's more... Actually, yeah, I guess I played more than that. But yeah, basically I just try to load up the game every day I can remember. And, you know, same thing. Just check everything around me. See if anything just happens to be shiny. And then, you know, not worry about it. And then when a community day comes up, just like early into it, get up, check everything. Pop a incense, and then just kind of check everything that pops up from there. Speaking of, where is my phone? Oh, hey, I do actually have it right next to me. Which I also need to plug it in because it's not almost dead, but I don't like it when it's like below 70%. I just always get paranoid about it. Oh god. I really freaked out there. Whoops. They did not like me leaning over and picking up something from the ground. But yeah, definitely going to be working on this hunt in the future here. We still got Gimme Ghoul, unfortunately. At some point, I will set up the auto button presser for the Let's Go games, just so I can get those hunts out of the way. And then what else? I might finally, if I can remember to clean off my desk, set up a stream to maybe build that Lego Porsche that I've had for 2 years that I haven't even opened the box on. But again, that requires me actually cleaning off my box, and as I mentioned earlier, I am incredibly lazy. So that would be probably on Tuesday, just because that's going to be the most amount of time I have to do it. That could potentially be a multi-day thing as well. I'd rather it not be, though, because that's just asking to lose pieces. Yeah, I think I might try to start doing like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Mostly because Monday, Tuesday are my days off, so even if I do get up at 3 in the afternoon, I can still have time to do stuff. And then Saturday and Sunday, I can get away to going to work a little bit later, even if I'm technically scheduled for earlier. But like, whatever. They really don't care as long as I get my shit done. I care because it means I get paid less, but it depends. But at least on Saturday and Sunday, I don't have to deal with rush hour traffic. Especially because I realized this week with school starting in this area, I obviously knew my new place is like right next to a school, but I didn't think about the fact that, oh yeah, when it's like the end of the school day and all the parents are coming to pick up their kids, it turns the traffic in the area into an absolute clusterfuck. So like, I'm very much encouraged now to get the hell out of here and start driving to work earlier than before even, because I can at least avoid most of the traffic. But yeah, that was a little bit annoying, but also just very worrying, because I thought it was going to be... I thought when on the first day of it, on Wednesday, like, just being, you know, the first day, it was even more of a mess, because no one knew what they were actually doing, and, you know, the school's trying to direct parents pulling in and stuff like that. So, like, it was completely backed up for, like, half a mile, traffic was. And so I'm, like, waiting for people to, like, wait for 3 seconds instead of being, you know, the type of Karen that you expect for a private school. Because I'm just, like, saying, like, okay, it'd be cool if one of you guys could, you know, just stop. Yeah, or not even, like, stop. Just, like, don't start moving the second the car in front of you starts moving so I can pull out, for the love of God, please. It didn't take too long, but also it's like, oh, I don't want this to be a regular thing. But I think it was mostly just backed up because people were trying to figure it out after, you know, 2 or 3 months, however long summer break is. Okay, yes, I get it. You want attention, Heat Ran. I don't care. Yeah, I'm curious what they're gonna be announcing at the Pokemon Presents. It was actually, it got leaked early because someone data mined Pokemon Masters and they specifically had like a line in there mentioning the event. And it's like, oh, okay. But like, obviously, you know, that means there'll be something about Pokemon Masters. I'm sure there'll be something for Cafe, Go. Do they have anything else really going on right now for like other games? Obviously DLC will get talked about, or so we hope. There are people kind of hoping they might like announce, well, there's some people hoping they announce like the next game. It's like, guys, they haven't even released the first of the 2 DLC yet. Chill. Also, did you see how badly this game performs? Why the hell would you even want them to be considering the next game yet? They are, obviously, but like, Jesus Christ, if they released another game like in February next year, it wouldn't even function. There's just no universe. Unless it was being worked on by a different company other than Game Freak for like the last couple of years. Can you guys like fuck off? Hey, come over here. Jesus Christ. Starting to feel like, what is it, Piper Perry in that goddamn meme? Being surrounded by you motherfuckers. I guess there's only 3 Pokemon here, not 5. The point is, go away. But yeah, there is some hope there actually might be a spin-off game announced. Not necessarily like even, oh my god, Ditto, fuck off. Actually, Heatran, fuck off, but at least that thing's massive, so it doesn't really have anywhere to go. But yeah, something like maybe another Pokemon dungeon game. There'll probably be something about, the new Detective Pikachu game. Just because, like, you know, that makes sense. They did recently announce that, or at least show new stuff off about it. I forget when that game's actually supposed to release. If it's releasing later this year, then that definitely makes sense why they're probably gonna spend a lot of time talking about it. God, I feel like there's no position for my my headphone cable that like works for me properly. It's like slightly too long. But then so it like ends up like curling a little bit, and that gets annoying. And then also it's a HyperX headset, and so it has like you can just plug it in on the 3.5mm jack, or it comes with a USB cable, and that cable has a built-in like volume control and stuff as well, which is nice. I like having it. But also like that, like finding somewhere to put that isn't annoying is a whole thing. Anyways, I think we're halfway through this. Thankfully. And then we can get to the actually interesting part. I think once I'm kind of out of Sweet Herb and Mystica here, so pretty much after this hunt, I think I might go back to my previous method of just collecting eggs off stream. Just because, like, you know, this sucks. Ditto, oh my fucking Christ. All you idiots, come over here. For the love of God. So you can at least stop crowding me so bad. No, stop. I don't want you to actually follow me anymore. That's why I stopped whistling. There, you guys stand over there. Also, yeah, we're never leaving Heatran in the party again. I just completely forgot about how to interact in picnics. It would be nicer to do that, just because we can, instead of having to swap the Ditto with the Heatran and then remove Grimer from the party, I can just remove Ditto and Grimer, and then we're good. Yeah, hopefully now that they're over there, they'll just like interact with each other over there a little bit and stop trying to crowd around me. Okay, wow, apparently Heatran sleeps with his eyes open. That's not creepy at all. I guess it is a legendary, he's just built different. Yeah, we will probably only do one set of these eggs today because I don't have that much time before work. I would usually be leaving in about an hour here, but again, I don't have to actually be there for like 2 hours basically. And I really don't like doing the thing where like I hatch some of the eggs on stream but not all of them. Because like, if I get the shiny off stream, that just sucks. Especially because we have to do this picnic shit. And it's like, well, okay, so I streamed the extremely boring part that it's awful. But I didn't stream the actual, like, getting the shiny. Cool. I would love it. God, please, please. They won't do this, but if they announce in the DLC that there's like a daycare center again, I am going to be so happy. Oh, I might. Maybe I won't do the Lego Porsche on Tuesday since it is the Pokemon Day. When did Alolan Grimer get added? Well, Grimer's always been in the game, but now that Pokemon Home is supported, anything that has like a different regional form, so like Meowth or Grimer, you can just import them in with Pokemon Home. You just have to remember to use an Everstone. But yeah, I think actually on Tuesday I'm not gonna like, what time is that thing? If it's in the like morning for me, I'm not gonna get up early enough to react to it live. Oh, 6 Pacific Daylight Time, so that's, yeah, no. Yeah, no. That's not happening. But I'll just wait to watch it until like the afternoon, and then we'll try and react to it, and I'll probably be very disappointed again, like the one in February. I apparently have not learned my lesson. I don't know if I can check these. And then, yeah, we'll just do more Pokemon after that. Actually, there's almost certainly going to be some sort of raid. Actually, not even almost certainly. We know what it's going to be. I guess almost certainly, because we don't know. Anyways, it's extremely likely that there's going to be a Mewtwo raid dropping on, or immediately after the Pokemon Presents. So we'll do that. And if I remember correctly, because that event actually already got data mined. Funny how good Game Freak is about that. Not leaking all their shit early. But apparently if you actually bring Mew into that raid, it gets like a massive buff. And I almost want to say, I thought Something said that if you use Mew in that and you win the raid, Mew will also get the Mightiest Mark added to it. That part I don't remember, but I do know that the if at least currently with how it's set up, I'm sure there'll be an update for this game on Tuesday as well. But the way it's currently set up, if Mew enters that raid, then it will get, like, all of its stats get doubled, I think, or something like that. And Mew's already pretty decent, so it's not, like, incredible, but the fact that it can learn literally every TM is pretty good. Actually, I think the stats on it are fairly good as well. It's like, yeah, it's hundreds across the board. So it's actually really good, but also not like... You would rather it be like high special attack and basically, physical attack. But anyways. Almost wished I never got into shiny hunting, because now normal non-shiny mons mean nothing to me. Yeah, I haven't bothered to get like any of the online distribution Pokemon. Well, other than the shiny Arcanine. Actually, there's even a shiny Grimmsnarl, and I haven't bothered to get that because I already have a shiny Grimmsnarl, so I just don't care. But I do like getting the Mightiest Mark Pokemon. Just because it's something very unique. I'm sure when Mewtwo eventually just obliterates my ass, I will give up on doing those consistently. But for now, since I already have all of them so far, I'm going to keep trying to get all of them. Kind of like how I was with the Honkai Star Rail, where I kept playing the game a lot because I was still like completing all the new content and getting new characters when they would drop. And then they had one where like there was a 4-star character and a 5-star character at the same time, and I couldn't get the 4-star somehow, even though that's supposed to be more common. Plus there was like actual content that I just wasn't able to do in time. I kind of went, alright, cool, I'm done with this game. It's not even like a frustration thing, it's just like I don't care. When I was like able to complete it, it was cool, but past that, like, I'm good. Granted though, Honkai did really make me realize how much I hate games as a service. I get it why they do it, because they're a free-to-play game, and it's a very good game for free-to-play. You can just play through the story, and it's gonna be a blast. But God, that model just sucks. Because it really did kind of suck coming home every night and be like, okay, time to play Honkai for 2 hours, and then not really have much time for anything, or anything else. Granted, I guess shiny hunting... shiny, I don't know. Like, yeah, it's not much better in that I spend just as much time doing this, and it doesn't give me much time to do anything else, but also, like, the content is just here. It's not like every week they're adding, like, 20 hours of content. Or, I don't know. Just, like, the new raid event every other week is really tame, as opposed to Honkai, where it just felt like if I stopped playing at any point, I was gonna completely fall behind. And then I did, and so now I'm just probably not going back at any point. Or if I do, it'll just be to do story. But yeah, at least with shiny hunting, like, for the most part, this is always going to be here. Occasionally there's stuff like Gimme Ghoul, but like, At least in the past, it's usually been pretty easy to do. And then Gimmighoul is so far in the opposite direction of being just miserable that I don't actually care if I don't get it. The Ditto and the Heatran are screaming at each other right now. That's not annoying at all. Are you done? Hello? Even Ditto's done with this shit. Yeah, did Heatran break? Does someone need to unplug it and plug it back in? Jesus Christ, what is happening? Okay. That's a thing that happened. Alright. Fortunately, we only got like another 3 minutes here. I think I would be fine after only another 2, but I'll go an extra minute just to make sure the sandwich is fully gone through. If I'm going to use Herba Mystica for the sandwich, I better get my damn money's worth out of it. God, please, in DLC, just let us buy Herba Mystica. Like, even if it's 100k a pop, that's not that bad. Like, there's ways to grind money pretty easily, whereas Herba Mystica currently is just like, yeah, maybe I'll get it. What's that? You need a specific one? Boy, better hope those raids pop up. But I would also just much prefer they give me a way to collect eggs that is not so miserably slow. Which, speaking of, I really do need to like actually finish that video that I'm working on, comparing like how long it takes to breed in this game versus Sword and Shield. Like, I've already done the actual testing and also all the back like theory math about like how long it would take, and this game is definitely slower. It's like not even close. I shouldn't say that. Depending on the how you're doing the hunting in Sword and Shield, it can be as good in this game or ever so slightly faster, but you have to deal with the being bored out of your mind collecting the eggs. But if you do the thing in Sword and Shield where you just ride around in circles in front of the daycare center and just collect the eggs as they pop up, but otherwise you're actually hatching the eggs at the same time instead of collecting 5 eggs right across the bridge until they hatch, collect another 5 right across the bridge, etc. If you just ride in circles, hatching and collecting at the same time, oh god, it's so much faster. It's way faster. Because you're literally combining this step and the hatching step into one. Okay, we are all set. Please let me move, thank you. Alright, come over here. For the love of God, remember not to save. Ooh, very nice. Is that 92 eggs? I like to see it. 3 full boxes and a couple extras for good measure. By the way, this box is all just hacked garbage that has been sent to me through mystery trades. Oop. Yep, that's still not the box I want. But yeah, in theory, I might try and use those maybe for like events, but also I don't know. Because, like, it only takes, like, maybe 15 minutes to build up a Pokemon. Oh, right. You need to go eat a sandwich. I guess I could have just looped around. It would have been about the same amount of time there. But yeah, training up like a legit Pokemon for events takes no time at all. So I don't really need those hacked Pokemon, but whatever. I can always remove them later. Alright, now we finally get to the part that's somewhat interesting. That's actually really not true. This really isn't much more interesting, but at least we're moving around and something is happening rather than just standing still for 30 minutes. Hey, finally get to do this, and it's probably gonna work out for a moment. Oh no, actually it worked right. Usually when I start my counter, the first time I use it, it hangs for a moment. I don't know what causes that. It might be a thing where the computer kind of like sidelines it until I actually start using it. So once I do actually use it, it takes a moment for the computer to be like, oh, hey, we should actually like make sure this has system resources available. Speaking of, I'm getting like very tempted to just say screw it and just buy the Intel A770. Mostly because I'm just curious like how well it's gonna work for me, because there's only a handful of PC games that I play, and it should be slightly, but not in a major way, better than my current 2070. But it'll have AV1 encoding, which is nice, even if, as far as I can tell at this point, Twitch is just never going to support AV1, which is just so hilarious. Hey, what's up, Derpy? Welcome back. Yeah, the fact that like Discord supports streaming with AV1 encoding before Twitch does is just so hilariously pathetic. But hey, don't worry guys, we keep on trying to take more money from creators as we, you know, continue to do literally nothing with it because we just suck. But, you know, at the very least, having AV1 encoding for the uploads on YouTube will be nice because it's, you know, you get more quality per bitrate. Although I have learned that, like, actually at higher bit rates, it's actually not as good as H.265, which is interesting. But, like, at lower bit rates for, like, what you're going to be wanting to do for 1080p on YouTube, it's pretty much just, like, way better. Also, I have been part of me mentioning Twitch not supporting AV1 is like, well, if I do get that card, there is some tempting thought in my mind of like, maybe I just stream on YouTube. Like, I really don't want to do that because discoverability on YouTube is borderline negative. And, you know, having more of the internet centered around Google is the worst possible thing that can happen, in my mind. Like, yeah, I understand Twitch is owned by Amazon, but, like, at least we can make the billion-dollar companies fight for money instead of just having one company own everything. But I mean, the fact that Twitch just keeps on trying to do stupid shit to start fights with their creators, basically, by just basically trying to take all their money. Like the recent thing with the branding stuff, where it's like, yeah, you can't have any sort of logo on your screen that's bigger than like 3% of the screen. And also, by the way, we're always going to be like, or we're trying to force ads to run every like 15 minutes on everyone's stream without their consent at all. And just all the crap they keep on trying to pull with that. While, again, they're still, like, they're just behind the curve now on, like, support for technology. And innovating and stuff like that. I am actually curious if Kick, and I believe there's also another streaming site, Rumble. I'm curious if they support AV1 encoding. I have a feeling Kick might. Oh my god, back to back. Whoops. But yeah, seeing as how Kick is just like throwing around 9-figure numbers for streamers. Kinda gotta be like, alright, well, hopefully you guys are maybe paying for, you know, an engineer to work on AV1 encoding. Like, I do understand that it's not as simple as just like, yeah, just press one button and you support this new encoding thing. But, like, again, Discord already supports it. Discord has supported it pretty early on, to be honest. Like, they were not far behind YouTube on that. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't want to do streaming on YouTube. That's definitely not ideal, but also, again, it's becoming more of a thing that Twitch is pushing me away than I want them being pulled towards YouTube. And I really have no interest in those other two, Kick and Rumble. Rumble would probably be, like, my other option. Kick is just bad. Like, yeah, like, they're obviously throwing money around, and it seems like they'll become a competitor just by forcing their way in. But also, the amount of, like, gross gambling shit that they are involved in, which is where all their money comes from, is, like, really annoying. And also the fact that they are basically the platform where all of the just awful, shitty people from Twitch go because they get banned from Twitch. And so they go to Kick, where they can just keep on spouting off just awful, ignorant bullshit. So it's like, oh, cool, so I can get to go be with, you know, $100 million streamers who aren't gonna give a shit. And a lot of them, all they fucking do is they just sit there and watch Top Chef while they fucking eat popcorn. It's gonna be really fucking awesome one of these days when one of those companies, the big media companies, is just like, you know what? Hey, you just got a $100 million contract and all you do is just steal our copyrighted content? Yeah, we're coming for you. And the domino effect when that finally happens to the first one is going to be incredible. Because there is a massive difference between fair use, where it's like, yes, you're technically using copyrighted content, but like the way that you're using it is transformative in any way at all. As opposed to, yeah, I'm literally not reacting or doing anything with this. I'm literally just eating popcorn right now. Or not, sometimes they're not even there. They'll be like, yeah, I'm going to go to the bathroom. And then they just leave and it's still just running. It's like, there's no argument here. This is literally, no. Like, I generally you know, I don't necessarily care about, oh, boo-hoo, Gordon Ramsay's losing money. Like, who gives a shit? That dude has plenty of money. He'll be fine. But, like, also, literally what you're doing is not in any way, shape, or form legal. And it's more so a problem when they do that kind of shit with, like, smaller creators' content. Where it's like, hey, this dude created this, you know, like, hour-long video essay. I'm just gonna let it play on my stream. And it's like, cool. So that's not cool. Like, hey, I just stole all your content. Bye. You're not getting a penny of these views. Have fun with that. There's gonna be a moment when some of those big companies are just to say they've had enough. Especially, again, with how much money Kick is throwing around. But, I mean, we'll see. But yeah, so I want nothing to do with Kick. And, like, Rumble, who knows? I mean, you know, in the past there was Hitbox, and no one actually cared about that. Like, people cared about Mixer because it was backed by Microsoft. And they, you know, tried to make a big push, right? They had that giant deal for Ninja. You would think Kick would have learned their lesson from Ninja, but also, I guess, they don't care as long as they can get people to come to their site. And when you're paying a bunch of money to people who aren't doing anything anyways, because they're just reaction streamers, heavy air quotes on reaction, because they're not really doing anything. Some of them. Not every reaction stream is the same, but, like, there's definitely some bad ones. Yeah, it's just so funny with Ninja, because, like, he got that giant deal, and I went, cool, I can actually play, like, games I want to play now. So, like, he still did play Fortnite a lot, I'm pretty sure, but, like, also he wasn't always playing Fortnite, and the thing is, all his audience cared about was Fortnite, but it didn't matter to him because he already got the bag, so what does my view count mean? So Microsoft absolutely did not get their money's worth out of that deal. So I don't know, you would think maybe people would have learned after that, but oh well. Alright, come on. Give me my purple Alolan Grimer. My Grimer that's my Alolan Grimer that's pretending to be Cantonian. I do like how the Cantonian and the Alolan Grimers just swap their colors, basically. Because the, obviously, you know, Kanto Grimer is green, or, sorry, purple, but then the shiny is kind of green. And then Alolan is green, and then the shiny is purple. I like it when they do stuff like that. I really do like it when the regional forms, their shiny is like the original version of it. At least when the shiny is like somewhat distinct. Like, I feel like Galarian, Articuno, and Moltres weren't particularly interesting as shinies. Because it's, you know, they weren't that different color-wise from their Cantonian forms. Zapdos is at least, like, orange. Or Galarian Zapdos, that is. So it's at least a little bit different. And plus, like, the shiny form looks like a goddamn Chocobo. So, you know, it has that going for it. I'm still upset that we couldn't rename the shiny versions of those when they were distributed in Sword and Shield. Because I really wanted to name my Zapdos Boko after the Chocobo in Final Fantasy Tactics. That would be cool. A Pokemon Tactics game? That would be pretty sick, actually. Or it could be. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This game had a lot of potential to be pretty sick, and then frame rate happened, so. And seeing as how there's no way in hell that the Pokemon Tactics game would be on any console other than the Switch, other than like maybe a second-gen Switch or something. It's not like it'll be on PC where it's like, yeah, you know what? Even if it's kind of unoptimized, you can at least try to just throw hardware at it. Here, you're just stuck. It still just makes me sad how not good the Switch was, even at launch, honestly. Because, again, it was using, like, 2-year-old tablet hardware at launch, and then also they underclocked it, so it doesn't even run at full speed. And now it's, you know, at least at launch it was like, okay, you know, it's still going up against, you know, a PS4 and an Xbox One. And like, you know, it is mobile hardware, so it's, you know, it's kind of okay. But now it's been 6, it'll be at least 7 years total before a new console from Nintendo will be dropping, so like, it just, it doesn't keep up. Like, even if, you know, the new hardware, like a new Switch, right? If they launch a new one in 2024, even if it's as far behind the PS5 and the Xbox Series consoles as the Switch was behind the PS4 and etc., it's still going to be such a massive jump in power. Like, this game will actually be able to run at 30 FPS finally. I would hope 60, but let's not get our hopes up. Also, I'm sure it has a frame rate cap that can't be removed because I'm sure Game Freak tied a bunch of crap to frame rate. Actually, I know they did, because when the frame rate drops, the game actually, like, slows down. So if the frame rate went up, then this game would start playing at double speed. So yeah, actually, we will forever be stuck at 30 FPS. Probably. Maybe not. Maybe they made it smart. I highly doubt it. It's Game Freak. But, you know, again, I'm part of the problem, so I can't really complain that much. I noticed just now your streams are very much like a podcast. You constantly talk, which is impressive. I don't know how you do it. I pretty much do it because I have to, because otherwise I'm just sitting here, like, not talking. And if a new viewer comes in, I'm just running around in circles, not talking. They are going to click at within, like, 10 seconds. Like, I know I wouldn't want to watch that. Or even, you know, like you were saying, play it in the background. Like, yeah, like, you know. If I wouldn't want to watch it at all, then I'm not going to do that myself. Now, as to how I managed to do it, I just ramble for 2 hours and, you know, probably make my roommates think I'm absolutely insane because I'm talking to myself for 2 hours. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of the things I do struggle with because sometimes I just don't have anything to talk about. And I know this isn't good content, but also I have nothing. So, like, what do I even say? That's part of why I spend so much time bagging on this game, honestly. One, because it deserves it, but also two, it's like, it's something to talk about, and even if it's not anything new, it's stuff that people have been saying since forever. You know? I'm not really adding anything to the conversation, but it's kind of just an easy fallback point. And then when there's like news and stuff or whatever, then that's, you know, that's obviously great. That's why it's kind of nice whenever there's like raid events and stuff, because it's like, awesome, I can pretty much just talk about what's going on in the actual game. Whereas this is like, oh boy, we got another egg hatching. I can only say that so many times before I lose my mind. To be fair, that has already happened. I'm already absolutely insane in the membrane, but, you know, I can at least try to pretend that's not the case sometimes. But yeah, I mean, this is basically what I would be doing if I wasn't streaming anyways, just without the talking. Actually, I would probably be doing the same thing where I would just have someone else's stream on in the background or a YouTube video or something. But yeah, just basically hang out, run around in circles for a couple hours, listen to something else in the meantime, and yeah, just do it, so. But I'm glad I'm at least entertaining enough to have in the background. Alrighty, come on, Grimer. Granted, we've really not gone through too much yet, but it would be really nice to get this in one stream. And then I can hop over like Meowth or, what else do I have? Oh, Diglett. I think those are the other two that I can do in this game. For Alolan forms anyways. Another thing I really hope is that the, one of the DLCs adds like an area that, for the purposes of evolving, is considered like Alolan, or Galarian, or Hisuian, so that way Pokemon that have to be in a certain region in order to evolve can just like do so there. That way I don't have to do Marowak and Raichu. Hey! Hell yes! Oh my god. I was just talking about that. 45 eggs. That's awesome. Go ahead and save that. Well, I don't have any sweet Herba Mystica anymore, and I don't care. I'm not too worried about stats. But yeah, hell yes. We'll put you in this box, I guess, because that's like all my important Pokemon. Throw you down there. Okay. Let's see, what do we got here? So I'll finish off this box here, and then I'll probably wrap up there. Just because, I would like to get to work before the absolute last second that I have to. Make a couple extra dollars today. But we'll at least finish off this box. Do I think we will ever get a Pokemon game that has every region that we can travel between? I don't know. It's an idea that sounds really cool, but especially with how many regions there are now, trying to implement that and have like decent level scaling and not have areas end up just feeling like just like, oh yeah, you go here to get a couple Pokemon and then you move on. It would be really cool. And I know this game's kind of, there's hopes that we might go back to Kalos, or there was hopes before they were kind of announcing the DLC. Because since this game's pretty much the Spain and Portugal, and Kalos was basically France, it's like, oh yeah, it makes sense. I definitely want to see more again where like we get to go back to areas, even if it's just like, you know, even if you just like go back to a city, right? You know, just like as part of a DLC, like you go to a city and, oh hey, you know, like you go back to Goldenrod or something, and it's like, hey, yeah, we built a new like battle frontier in Goldenrod. So now you get to like run around the city a little bit, fight some new trainers, go do, you know, the battle frontier or whatever. Like that could be cool. I don't think we will ever see another multi-region game again though, as much as it would be cool to just, even just like Gen 2, where it's just like, yeah, you have Johto and Kanto, have fun. You're just secretly trying to make every Pokemon game like Pokemon Ranger. Oh, you're trying to murder touchscreens? To be fair, the Switch does have a touchscreen, so we, you know, maybe they'll announce a second Pokemon Ranger game. I think there's only one, right? Whatever, another Pokemon Ranger game. No, not touchscreen. That was the game, right, where, like, it just, like, obliterated DS touchscreens because you basically just spun in circles. Oh, did I hatch everything? I did. Missed one. I've actually been really good about that today. Just for the free roam aspect of the game. Yeah, I mean, it definitely would be cool to, like the old 2D games, to be able to like run around like this game kind of, where you're just like in the world instead of it being just top down, or even like with like the Let's Go games where it, you know, it's still like top down or 3/4 angle, but it's, you know, at least 3D and a little bit more interesting. I don't know. Or like, you know, the main city in Gen 6, like being able to run around that, but like with proper graphics and stuff, would be really cool. Or just, you know, some of the more iconic locations, like having them in like more of a full scale, like the wind farm, for instance, in from Gen 4. That could be really cool as like a Pokemon Snap style game. Maybe not on rails, but like, you know, a similar idea where it's just like, yeah, go take pictures of Pokemon, but you know, they're wherever you want to go. You're not stuck to this cart. But the thing is, being stuck to the cart kind of makes it easier to optimize, and, you know, we've seen how these games go when they're not optimized. Still remember chasing a Celebi on a Deduo. Yeah, that seems like, as a modern, like, game, that seems like it'd be really cool. But yeah, I'm not sure I actually see the Pokemon Company doing that, unfortunately. Because why make really cool stuff when they can just pump out games like this and, you know, people like me keep buying them. Yeah, I mean, there's so much potential for so much cool stuff with Pokemon, especially with how much, like, love a lot of us have with these games. You know, all the nostalgia and stuff, and then getting to have these experiences with, like, you know, our favorite Pokemon or whatever. Like, there's so much potential for so much cool stuff. But one, currently they're going to be stuck on the Switch, which again, even regardless of this game's optimization issues, it's still going to be a... Oh, I just realized I kept counting after I got that Grimer. Whoops, it was at 45, whatever. I didn't need to do that. I guess I'll just keep going anyways. Yeah, even if this game was perfectly optimized, it wouldn't run perfect because it's just on the Switch. Like, Breath of the Wild definitely does, or sorry, not Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom is extremely well made. It definitely, you know, they said they pushed it back a year just to polish it, and you can definitely tell, but it still has its just slight issues in some areas, and it's just, you know, because what can you do? It's a Switch. But also, being Pokemon, that, you know, other than, like, Pokemon Snap. Actually, I mean, I don't know. Like, Let's Go Eevee honestly ran pretty well. Other than Viridian Forest. Viridian Forest kind of had issues if you stuck around too long. Especially if you had, like, Allura going, and it, like, just started really spawning Pokemon. It would chug a little bit. But, like, you know, sometimes we get Pokemon games where, you know, it's just like, you can tell it was made, you know, by people who, like, not just, what's the word I want? Not just, like, people who love the games and love making them and stuff, but also are being given some time to make them and can actually make a product that they're proud of. But then we just keep on getting games more often than that that are just, like, not necessarily, you know, just cheap cash-in titles, but, like, they don't get the care they deserve for such a massive franchise with, like, so much love behind it from the fan base, you know? Anyways, I will stop rambling there. I do need to wrap up, get ready for work. And we got our shiny, so I am, like, very, very happy about how today is gone. Let's move you guys over real quick. We'll go look at our shiny boy again. There she is. You love to see it. But yeah, so we'll see if I stream tomorrow. I would like to. Again, incredibly lazy. Tend to not get up for work. Or, I do get up for work, but it's, you know, at the buzzer. Or at least not early enough for me to stream. Anyways, the point is, I will try to stream tomorrow. We'll probably just do Gimme Ghoul tomorrow. And then Monday, and we'll figure out something if I do stream. I'll probably go start looking for a shiny 3-segment form to Dunsparce, just to use some of my extra Herba Mystica that I have right now. And just to have something that isn't breeding for a minute. And then Tuesday, we'll do, whatchamacallit. We'll look at the Pokemon Presents. I'll probably be disappointed. There'll probably be a Mewtwo raid, so we'll try to do that. And then after that, maybe I'll do some more Gimme Ghoul. But yeah, that's the plan right now. Again, this is contingent on me actually waking up on time. So thank you guys so very much for watching. I do definitely appreciate it. If you're watching this on YouTube, come check out the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/PanicOastGaming. This is basically what my content is. A lot of shiny hunting. I do, you know, some of the other Pokemon stuff when there's events and whatnot, but this is the meat of it. So if you do like it, which I would hope if you got this far into this stream, you at least somewhat enjoy it, come check me out. But yeah, thank you guys again. I definitely appreciate it so much, and I'll see y'all next time.